Hello, everyone, and welcome to another 5-minute interview. I've been recording these interviews on behalf of Hopsworks for the past year or so. I think we've done, almost 25 sessions, so I'm quite proud of the lineup that we have had over the past couple of months here. And I'm equally proud and happy to have another fantastic guest on the other side of this Google meeting. And he's not that far away from me, in spite of, the Brazilian heritage. You're in Paris, right, Tales Marra?
Yeah. Hey, Rick. How are you? I'm very happy to be here with you as well.
Fantastic.
Yes, I'm a Brazilian living in Paris.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, thank you for making the time. Always great to have, great guests here. I got to know you because of your work and your publishing on LinkedIn and on social media. You work in the MLOps domain clearly as well, and love your content. But I'd like to get to know you a little bit better and share that with the audience here. So, could you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm Tales. I'm a machine learning engineer. I've been working in the data field for about 4 years now. It's been quite a while, and I've done so many different things. I actually went from being a data scientist to more of a machine learning engineer, then going back to data scientist. So I'm kind of in the middle of this flow of the data space. I think that everyone knows so well. And I started getting interested in these MLOps things, mostly because I saw how important it was, but we'll discuss that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing, and I also post on LinkedIn because I think it's fun. I think the community is starting to heat up. So yeah.
Fantastic, really great. And from your post, it seems to me like you're really interested in the operational MLOps type of things. But maybe you can kind of explain a little bit your specific interest. What's your relationship to the field? What do you try to be active on?
Yeah, so I got to know MLOps, I think it was about 2 to 3 years ago, when in a company I worked on, we were starting to handle many models in production, and it started being quite a challenge, especially when we migrated to deep learning models. So we had to really start looking to the cloud and really looking into the cloud costs, especially to try to basically get our projects to some good ROI. So that's when I started to see the importance of this field. And then when I started investigating more, I saw that was quite a vibrant field. And then I started to, invest my time in it and quite dig into it more.
That's funny how that works, right? I mean, I speak to quite a few people in this field, and it's always when shit gets serious, when people actually need to put stuff in production, and when they actually need to, ensure 24/7 availability, or, I mean, at the end of the day, it's more of a professionalization kind of, evolution that's happening, and that's when they get into, MLOps and the related fields, right? It's really when it gets serious. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're just doing one model in production, go ahead, deploy it as you wish, But when things start to get serious with more than one model for more than one client, you need to retrain those things based on event patterns that come out of nowhere. Then you need to start to thinking about taking the subject more seriously, especially when you have the pressure, I would say, of the business side of things, which is always to basically demonstrate that the project generates value. So generating value at scale, I think it's something you cannot do without the proper infrastructure and the proper management of that.
Yeah, it's the value side of things, and obviously value always has the cost benefit side to it, right? So you have to generate the benefits, but you have to do it in an economic way, right? It's always a balancing act, but I think so many projects out there, because it's AI or whatever, they don't really count the costs, and that's a mistake in my view. It's not something that you really should be doing, because it's not viable in the long run, right? It's not, it's not something that you can sustain. And then I think also, the governance aspect of it, right? So, if you want to kind of continue to play, and provide value, you're going to have to be able to kind of demonstrate that you're in compliance with rules and regulations and those types of things, right? So it feels like we're very much aligned there, Tales. So
yeah, very much, because I say I'd see that in moments of crisis, that engineering aspect starts to get really important, because you need your costs to go down, otherwise you're gonna get cut.
I agree. So, but could you tell me a little bit more about, why you like this field so much, and why you think it's such an important field? I mean, I guess a guy like you can get a job anywhere, but why do you choose to work in this particular field, I guess, is my question.
Yeah, I'm an engineer already, so I like building things. That's always fun. So usually building things for AI, it's always fun. You can see your models running. And I mean, the scale challenge is always fun, right? At least it's what I like. I mean, it's pretty interesting to see like that you can do things at scale, and then you need to find the little optimization that will get you there to meet that challenge, So that's why I'm always like on LinkedIn, interacting with everyone, seeing if there are new tools, things that we can do like better, faster, so that we can like ship those things as fast as we can. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah, fantastic. That's great. It reminds me of I read a book, I think it was last year, called Ask Your Developer, which is it's by Jeff Lawson. He's the founder of Twilio, and he was always on about how he thinks that engineers they have a bad reputation because they're supposed to be boring, but they're actually super creative. They're problem solvers. It's you strike me as someone that would fit that bill, if I may say that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if there aren't any problems, there aren't any jobs for us, right? So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, very true. Very true. Hey, Thales, we want to keep these things short, but I do have one more question for you, which is, what would you like to share? I mean, obviously people should connect with you on social media and read your content, but, is there anything that you would like to share with our audience and, things that you can point them to, like really interesting things?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, of course, I write on LinkedIn, so I'm very happy to talk to everyone and answer questions. But something I really like for everyone to take a look at are generally engineering blogs, Like as you said, engineers, we have a bad reputation, but we write some fun stuff. I mean, there are many engineering blogs, and there are many engineering blogs outside also of the scope of the big companies, which is sometimes not the use case your company is currently facing. So you're probably not going to need all of that scale. So you probably should take a look at the engineering blogs of, startups, different companies which are writing engineering blogs. I think that's very enriching, for your profile as an engineer. And I know Hopsworks, of course, has one blog, which I took a look at.
We do. But we'll put some links on the transcription in the blog post.
Yeah, I really love reading engineering blogs in general.
Yeah, it's fun, especially in the, most, I think many of them are actually really well written, and they're like bite-sized. You can like, you're waiting for a train and you can read a little bit or listen to something. It's fun to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, and we definitely will have the time while we were waiting for models to train. So
that's a really good one.
That's the good format.
So we don't want those GPUs to be too fast because otherwise
we don't have that spare time.
Exactly. Great. Thales, thank you so much for taking the time. And, it's been lovely speaking to you. And I hope we get the chance to meet in real life. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rick. Thanks, everyone.
Have a nice day.